Now we're going to talk about food and nutrition. So, food and nutrition is so important because that is what's giving you the energy to get through your sports that you're playing, sports practices, and just your everyday life. So, it's really important the food that we're putting into our body because that's what's fueling you. We are going to focus on healthy foods. We're going to talk about appropriate portion sizes and then also talk about some healthy snacks that we can have on the go to help us get through our days. So, the first thing we're going to talk about today is healthy foods. This is our Fit 5 manual, and this is the nutrition section that we're going to go through real quick together. Some of you may be familiar with this, and that is great. Please stick around for this quick review. And then, if you're not familiar with it or you would like a manual and the flip cards with all the exercises that we've been doing, please let myself or one of your health messengers know. We'd like to get this out to you guys so you can participate in the program. So we're going to start first with our grains. As you can tell, it's lists a lot of whole grains. So it says whole grain bread, whole grain pasta. It's all up here in this corner. What's important about whole grain is that that means none of the nutrients have been taken out of that product, which is an A plus in what you would want to be eating because then your body is getting all the nutrients from that grain. Next, in the middle, in the smaller circle, you have your dairy. So you have your milk there, your cottage cheese, and then also your yogurt. Down here on the bottom of the plate, you have all of your fruits and veggies. So like you can tell, that makes up half the plate, which is super important, and we're going to talk about that again in just a second. And then over here, you have all of your meats and beans. Also, eggs and fish fall into that category for your proteins. Separating everything is water. Anna talked about earlier how important hydration is, and this is just a reminder to make sure that you're still consuming the water that you need throughout the day. With Fit 5, we do recommend that you consume 5 bottles of water, and it's super easy to do if you just break that down throughout your day and spice up your water by adding some lemon, limes, or berries. So the next page is just kind of another picture of what a healthy plate should look like. It breaks it down by showing half the plate is your fruits and veggies, and the other half are your grains and your proteins. And then these are some helpful tips that they have, which would be to make sure you're watching the size or the portion that you're putting on your plate, which is our next thing we're going over today. And then also it says to avoid junk food, also desserts, sodas, or chips. Save that for special occasions. And moderation is key. It's okay to eat those things, but you shouldn't be eating it at every meal. And then another thing they say is if you need to add more fruits and veggies to your plate, if you're still feeling a little hungry, have that be the first thing that you reach for. And then to keep all of your stacks small and healthy, which is awesome because we're going to talk about that as well in just a few moments. The next thing we're going to talk about is portion sizes, and this is still the Fit 5 manual that we're using. They break it down in a fun way of how to remember the appropriate portion sizes of each food category that you should be eating. So they say about a baseball size of fruit and veggies should be on your plate, and then also a baseball size of pasta rice if that is something that's in your meal. Down here they have a hockey puck, and that should represent your serving of bread, also a serving of beans and meat. And then they have a golf ball, which represents a serving of cheese, a serving of nuts, and then also peanut butter. I'm going to show you now a way that you can use your hand to help with portion sizes when you're out and making your meals. But keep in mind that portion sizes is something that you should talk to a nutritionist about, a healthcare provider, or a doctor to figure out what is right for you because portion sizes do vary per person. But this is a good general idea just to get you started until you can see one of them to talk about these things. So a closed fist represents the amount of grains that should be on your plate. A thumb represents the amount of dairy that should be on your plate. Your palm represents all your meats and beans, so that should be about the size of your palm. And then 2 hands cupped together should represent all fruits and veggies on your plate as well. So the next thing we're going to talk about are healthy snacks. Snacking is wonderful because it keeps you energized and it also keeps you from overeating at your next meal. So, before I get started on a few different ideas for healthy snacks, I just wanted you all to know that there is a Facebook page called Let's Eat Healthy Challenge where athletes are talking about their healthy meals and healthy snacks and sharing recipes just to give each other an idea of healthy snacks that maybe people haven't thought of before. So, a few that I would like to list off today are yogurt. Yogurt is great because it has a lot of protein in it, and that's important for when you're selecting your snacks that you're still getting in your protein. So, that's what's going to keep you full. So, you could have some yogurt, you could add some almonds, maybe some berries too to spice it up a little bit. You could also have hummus. So this is already a portioned out thing of hummus with some pretzels, but you could substitute the pretzels for carrots. But another great source of protein comes from hummus. Also, peanut butter is a wonderful option to use. Peanut butter is great with celery and apples, so then you're still getting in some fruits and veggies with that. So my task for you all today, with everything we've talked about, would be to go to your kitchen, or if you don't have access to your kitchen right now, just sit there and think about the healthiest meal that you could create and the healthiest snack that you could create. If you can think of at least three, that gets you to a good start for going ahead and doing some meal prepping and planning, which is something that helps you on your journey with food and nutrition, is having a plan in place for the week. Or if you don't have enough time to plan out your whole week, just maybe have time to plan out your day in the morning for when you're grabbing those snacks on your way out the door. But that is my task for today, is to think about the healthiest meals and snacks that you all can create with the food that you have available. Or if you don't know what foods you have available, if you can just think of the most healthiest meals and snacks that you would create.